Hello and welcome back to my channel, long time no freaking see. Today we are going to be talking about my sensory sock, my pride and joy. So I made a video on my sensory sock when I first got it, months and months ago, and now I feel qualified to actually speak on the sensory sock because I've actually used it as a very helpful tool for myself. So I feel qualified to tell you all about it. So today I'm going to talk to you about my sensory sock and the favorite ways that I like to use her. So I came up with 5 different ways because obviously there's not like a ton that I can do in the sensory sock, but here are 5 different ways that I like to use my sensory sock. Number 1 is hiding from the world, aka cocoon. This is like probably one of the top ways that I use my sensory sock. I typically use this when I'm like about to have a meltdown, trying to avoid one, or like post meltdown when the world feels really big. It feels nice to just go and have like this really small space that I have control of. And even if I'm not like in a small space, if I'm not in my corner in the closet, if I'm like on the bed or I'm on the couch, it still kind of gives me the same effect of like being hidden from the world and being protected. It's kind of like an actual like physical mask in those moments where I don't have the capacity to actually mask. Kind of cocoons me in and keeps me safe. The material is like a polyester. It's very soft and very stretchy, and it's not like, I don't know if you can tell through here. I think it looks a little bit more opaque, but it's not completely opaque. You can see through it. I can see like shapes through it, but it's not like overwhelming. So it kind of also helps to reduce any outside sensory input. So the only sensory input that I'm really having is whatever is going on in here. So I'll take my iPad in here with me, or a book, or my phone, my water bottle, my weighted dinosaur. Like, seems like a lot, but like I said, it's really stretchy, and you can see in the demonstration how I kind of sit. So I have like a good pocket of space. Number 2, I like to dance in my sensory sock. I actually made a video showing me dancing in my sensory sock, and keep in mind, I'm a very silly person. Like, if you haven't caught on to that, like, I don't really know what to tell you. I'm silly. The way that I talk about things is silly. That's a big part of my mask, especially when it comes to social media and communicating with people in general. I just have to be silly, otherwise you don't get anything. You don't know what else to give you if it's not me being silly. So I made a video of me dancing in my sensory sock, and that one got posted on Fake Disorder Cringe, as well as 4 of my other videos, which was really fun time for me. I grew a lot in that time, but this goes out to Michael Kilbane. If you have 50 haters, I'm one of them. If you have 25 haters, I'm one of them. If you have 10 haters, I'm one of them. If you have 5 haters, I'm one of them. If you have 1 hater, it's me. And if you have no haters, it's because I'm dead. Because it was just excessive, y'all. It was like 4 of my videos, but that's beyond the point. Go follow me on TikTok if you don't already. That's one of the ways that I do stim, especially when I feel a lot in my body. Like, sometimes I do have to remind myself to stim because one of the things they were saying is you don't have to remind yourself to stim. And I was like, well, I do, because a lot of the time I don't really know what's going on in my body. I'm not paying attention. I'm dissociated from it because that's just what I've always had to do to get away from the fact that it's so uncomfortable inside of me. So sometimes I do have to remind myself that when I feel uncomfortable, when I feel really pent up, that in order to release some of that steam, I do have to stim. And one of the ways that I like to stim is to just dance and flail my body in whatever way feels nice. And doing it in the sensory sock is really nice because it provides like a nice counter pressure over your whole body when you're dancing, and you can feel like, if you're doing like leg lifts or something, or if I bend over and shake my ass, not only does it really jiggle, but I can feel, pressure from the sensory sock. Like, it's tight like on my feet and everything, and it's just like really grounding. So dance and like movement in general, I like to walk sometimes in it. Number 3, T-Rex arms or cactus arms. I kind of lump them together because they're kind of the same movement, except just like slightly different positions. But I like to hold my arms up like that or down like that, and you can see as I'm demonstrating how I will put the top on my head, so then I'm also getting the pressure from my head to my feet, And then your arms can just sort of dangle however you want them to dangle, whether you want it to dangle up or you want it to dangle down. All right, Milo, can you stop, please? Sometimes this feels nicer, sometimes that feels nicer. It really just depends on how I'm feeling that day, but that is one of the things that I do enjoy doing with my sensory sock because it's a nice, like, they just dangle there. I don't have to hold them up. Oh, this one's nice too. Number 4. So this one's kind of similar to like dance and movement, but stretching. I kind of added it as its own thing because it's something that I would do when I don't really have a lot of energy to do a lot of dancing and moving. Sometimes it gets me out of breath and I just be tired. And sometimes I just don't have the spoons for that, but I still like need some movement in my body. And like stretching is something that I'll do anyways when I feel kind of pent up, but I don't really feel like dancing. So I just add my sensory sock into it sometimes because it provides a nice, as I said before, like counter pressure. And it's really grounding. So when I'm stretching, like, it's easier to focus on this as opposed to my breathing. Just nice, especially because like my back be hurting. So sometimes just like having like the pressure, sometimes I just need pressure on my back because it's like not even painful, but it's just like discomfort, but like pressure makes it feel better. Number 5, last but not least, I really just like to hang out in my sensory sock. So like I'm doing right now, I just hang out in it. I will play The Sims, I will edit, I'll read, use my iPad. I just walk around the house like this. Like aside from like just like liking the movement, sometimes I just won't feel like taking it off. So I'll just like walk to the kitchen to get a snack in it, or like if I'm moving my nest from in here to here and I want to keep my sock on, I'll just toss whatever I want in there and just sort of drag it with me. One time I dragged Milo in there with me. I didn't really drag him. I let him like walk and we just walked really slow. It was pretty funny, but you kind of had to be there. So yeah, those are 5 ways that I like to use my sensory sock. And I definitely think that it's been a really good tool for me because there was definitely like even a stretch of time where I didn't need it that much. There was a stretch of time where I felt like I was doing like pretty okay. And then it went downhill, boom, crash, bang. And suddenly now it's useful again. And even when it wasn't like something that I was like really using a lot, it was still something that I kind of kept around because like I knew I might need it, but I keep it a lot in my corner because that's usually where I go when I need that. But I also keep it at my desk because sometimes I want to sit there, but like I need pressure on my leggies while I do it because I have ADHD and I can't sit still. I definitely would recommend it. What the hell? Did you hear the way that the words just came out of my mouth? I don't know what that was, guys. Did you guys hear that? I definitely would recommend it if you are the type of person that likes deep pressure on your body. Whenever I'm having meltdowns, I do a lot of holding my arms. So that was why I thought that it might be helpful because pressure. So if you also hold your arms during meltdowns because like you feel like your arms are going to float away, or if you feel like you're going to float away at any point in time, especially during a meltdown, sensory sock. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button pretty freaking please so that I can stop having meltdowns about having to go outside and work, and I can stop going outside and working when depersonalization is stepping on my neck. Also, hit this video with a like. Hit that like button. Smack it like you'd smack my fat ass. And also, leave me a comment down below letting me know what your favorite way that I use my sensory sock is. Or if you have a sensory sock, let me know what your favorite way to use it is. Bonus points if it's something I didn't mention and can try. Because, like, maybe it would be really cool. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!